Alright, well, it's a week later. As you can see, I've started cutting this down with 600 and a hard block. I'm not getting carried away. You can see I didn't get it completely everywhere, but that's as good as I'm going to get the 600 part of this, and then I'll guide code it and go on to 1,000. I'm not trying to make this thing, you know, this thing ain't going to compete for the Riddler, so I'm not going to sand all the clear off. I'm trying to make it super flat. I mean, it's going to be flat enough, but if we got all the runs sanded out, and yeah, so I'll probably let it breathe. Well, right now I'm going to sand the firewall, but I need to finish the quarters, and then it'll sit in the 600 for a while before I guide code it and move on to 1,000 grit, and then 15, and then 2, and then 25, and 3. Yeah, so a lot of fun stuff. But anyway, I need to get the firewall painted so I can get this car shoved back over there, put the booth wall up shorter, and get some parts ready to paint. So right now I'm going to untape the firewall. It's still in poly. So yeah, it's going semi-gloss, flat, black, SEM Hot Rod Black. So as you can see, I started blocking it here. I don't need to be blocking this. I did the bodywork, I blocked it. It's good enough to be flat black. And there's going to be an engine in here, and it's not going to show, and you're not going to know how straight it is. So basically, I'm going to DA this with 320, and then I'll DA it with 800 on interface pad. I'll seam seal where it needs seam sealed, seal it, and paint it. So that's what I'm going to get going on here. Oh no, YouTube messed with the algorithm. I'm not making as much money on YouTube as I used to make. I'm gonna need people to go to my Patreon. If I could just get 1,000 people to pledge $5, if I could just make that $5 grand on Patreon, I'd be back to where I was before YouTube started cutting me back. I don't even make $5,000 a month. This guy wants $5,000 to make up for his lost YouTube earnings. Give me a break. You know, you can't just... YouTube is free to use. They can take as much ad revenue as they want. You can't just count on that being there for the rest of your life. They could shut down tomorrow. I don't understand people. They get so used to it. They think they're owed it because they provide this great content. Yeah, it's entertaining. It's not a job. You don't even make your video. You film yourself working, you hand off the SD card to somebody and pay them to make a video. You pay someone to do your merch. You don't do anything. You can do whatever you want. Support me and my family. It'll really help. Get a job, support your family. People paying to watch you need to support their family. They're going out and working and giving you their money. That's what you want them to do. I don't get it. I don't want to go to shows. I like to stay at home. I don't want to go out and meet a bunch of people and sell merchandise. Well, you know what? I don't want to go to work every day. But I have to. I don't get it, people. I don't get people. Maybe don't build a custom house with a pool and a giant shop and 100 million acres of property with all the money you're getting. Maybe, you know, save a little, which you probably did. I don't get YouTubers that complain when the ad revenue gets cut back, like it's owed to them. No one's forcing you to make videos. Go back and work at the factory. It sucks because, you know, I like these people, but then they go and whine and complain about stuff like this, and do people really feel bad? I don't know. Pretty crazy. Just can't imagine going on here and trying to get people to feel sorry for you and to support their family and their kids going to school. Hey, that's your job to support them, not ours. I'm just sanding this with 320, and then I'm going to go get some red Scotch Brite and go over it. And that might be where I leave it. I might not go over it with 800. I blocked this out with the DA with 320. This is the only real important area. It feels pretty good. It'll be fine. I'm about done here. I'm gonna go get some red Scotch Brite. Seen enough of that? I've seen enough of it. I've heard enough of it, can you tell? Anyway, something else that I think a lot of certain YouTubers that do automotive related content might not realize is you don't have to always be working on some cool project. I mean, just film your day-to-day stuff. Video, I don't know, of maybe doing yard work, doing that flower bed. People will watch that stuff just because they're invested. They get invested into your lives and they want to see what you're doing, and you're entertaining enough to where people will watch it. So maybe don't beg for more money on other platforms. Just make more videos. Film everything. I mean, why not? You're not making the video. All you gotta do is give a guy a couple bucks to make a video out of whatever you get him. Why not film more? Put out more videos. People will watch. People will watch it. So, anyways, I don't know why I'm trying to give advice to people that have already been successful. I don't make videos, and I'm not successful. But what do I know? Vice Grip Garage. That's who's got it figured out. Derek does all these meet and greets and goes to these shows and does events, meeting people that want to see him. I can only imagine the amount of money he makes off of selling merchandise at shows. He's smart. He ain't hiding at home, whining that he ain't getting enough money. He's going out there and he's getting the money. Just crazy how different two popular channels. One guy's going out there and making it happen. The other guy's crying when it doesn't come in. Anyway, I like them both. I'm not naming any other names, but yeah, I like them both equally. I admit I used to like Vice Grip a little more before he became so popular, but you know, it's a business. He's doing it. He's got it figured out. This guy here also doing stuff and figured it out and did very good. But yeah, I don't know what other people think. I know he'll get fans that'll go over to Patreon and sign up and give him money, and that's fine if that's what you want to do. But I don't know. Just a lot of complaining. Anyway, I've talked to some other people that feel the same way about it as I do, and I was just kind of curious how many people went to his Patreon and watched the free video with him explaining why he was putting content out over there, and what you thought, your general feeling about how you felt about his thoughts on the matter. Anyway, it just kind of made me angry. Red Scotch Brite, Scuffy. I gotta also scuff all the black epoxy up here. I gotta paint that with the Firewall. Because unlike a Camaro or a Nova, there's no cowl panel that stays on here. You open the hood, you see all this stuff, so gotta paint that too. So I'll get this scuffed up, and I'll start cleaning up, getting ready for some seam sealer. Sanded, scuffed, blown off. I think I'm only gonna seam seal this seam here, and what's left of that seam down at the bottom. We welded most of it up, except for right there. So I'll seam seal that. I might put a little around that right here. I think originally it was seam sealed around the wiper motor area there, but it's pretty much sealed up with primer. And even if it did leak water right there, like, why does it really matter? This car shouldn't be in any rainstorms anyway, so if this did leak from the cowl, if the cowl filled up with enough water to leak out of this seam, then anyway, it shouldn't. Looking at it, I can see there's a little, I might put a little bit in there right there. Other than that, it'd look cleaner without anything. So yeah, just those two seams pretty much. Yeah, I've got this blown off. I think I'll start masking it now and then seam seal it. I gotta figure out, there was no yeah, anyways, I gotta figure out where I'm going to here. Yeah, so I may just overlap and spray some down onto that. This bed lined on the bottom with Raptor, but a really good spot wasn't picked as far as drawing a line. So at least not where I would have probably done it. The tunnel's fine, but over here is kind of stops in the middle. I would have went to the seam. So yeah, I'll figure something out. Like I said, it's not a huge deal. You don't see when the inner fenders and the fenders are on, you don't see pretty much anything that way, and you don't see anything from there that way. So it's not too important, but I will have to figure out what I'm doing here, which is kind of why I kind of just want to scuff up this and actually paint over the top of this a little bit, just kind of blend it back. So that's probably what I'll do. Anyway, yep, time for masking. Booth maintenance guys here. You gotta do periodic maintenance to this booth. As in with any booth you get that. Anyway, this is all messed off. It's not the ideal situation how I would like to do the bottom of this, but it's the situation that we got. Generally, when I do the bed liner, if I did it, I have kind of a plan on where I'm going to go with the paint when I do the Firewall. But anyway, this was already done. we proceeded to have some holes welded up in where the bed liner was already sprayed and stuff like that. So there's just many reasons that I will complain about this. I'm not complaining, I'm just saying. I've rolled the tape backwards. It's going to be kind of a hard line there. I'm going to try not to spray directly on it, but it's going to get it because it's so close. So when I untape it, I'll probably just take some black paint and just fog it back. Anyways, something. It'll be something. You'll never see it, but you will right now while there's no engine in here. But it's going to be just fine. Now I gotta go get some sealer. I'm going to seal it black and then single stage hot rod black over that. I'm recording this for my new Patreon channel. You can join it for $100 a month. Yeah, that's it. All I need is 10,000 people to sign up. I'll barely be able to get by. This respirator smells like paint. Two coats. It's shiny now, but it'll be flat. Hope that's good enough for a flat firewall. That won't have a reflection. And that will all get covered up by inner fenders and engine. Once it's dry, I'll unmask it and then I'll fog that line in with some spray paint or whatever, just whatever. You won't see it either way, but what happened? Yeah, they're probably happy. They don't have to pay on it no more. Right, yeah. Alright, it's the next day, and you can see she's flashed off. No longer shiny. What's going on? So, this SEM Hot Rod Black, that's why I like it so much. It's super easy. It always looks even, smooth, uniform. You do 2 wet coats, and you're good. I've used flat clears, other single stage matte blacks. The clears are tough. It's hard to be consistent every single time, especially if you're mixing two, like a flat clear and a semi-gloss together to get a certain gloss level. Anyways, this is the way to go. This stuff always looks awesome. We use it on pretty much anything we have to do semi-gloss black. So, that should look pretty good, being that once it's assembled, you will only see a little bit of this right here, and everything else pretty much will never be seen. But it looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. Let this dry for a day or so. Cover it up and continue with the sanding of the body. But now we can take this wall down and push this car back over there. I still have to splatter paint the trunk, but I can do that out there. One more thing done.